Welcome back to your favorite sports podcast, Clocks on the Stove. Champions, we got a special episode today. We are going to be giving a preview of what we believe is going to happen with the Super Bowl, anything and everything we think you should know about it, and maybe some more. Your usual host, myself, Grayson Fisher, alongside my partner in crime, Mr. Zach Watts. Today, our special guest, been working to get him on for a while. Conflict of schedules stopped it from happening. But today we got on Mr. Tyler Peterson, an aspiring stand-up comedian in the Atlanta area. Check out his Instagram at Ty Pete Comedy. Tyler, thanks for joining us today, man.
Thank you guys for having me. I listen to you guys probably on repeat throughout my entire day, just headphones in. I'm trying to stay off the porn, so you guys have really been filling in that sort of time for me. So I love you guys.
I'm glad to know that means that's a good thing and not a bad thing, because it's a dopamine release. Let's start off. Let's dive into this game. We talked about the AFC and NFC championship breakdowns 2 weeks ago, last week. But we wanted Eagles Bengals. We got Eagles Chiefs. Still a good game. Still think the Eagles are the best team in the NFC. We got both teams coming in at 14-3. Game Sunday, 6:30 on Fox. Our Super Bowl will have Philadelphia as a -1.5 favorite. Zach Watts, you want to start us off on what people should know and how you think both teams need to approach this game to succeed?
Yeah, so I think we can address the pretty obvious storylines that we've heard all week. Pretty much, we've heard about Andy Reid facing his former team that he also brought to the Super Bowl, so that's an interesting thing to look at.
Also, sorry to interrupt you. His first game as a coach of the Eagles was in the stadium.
Damn. So it all comes full circle in this wonderful thing we call life. But regardless, that's just one little aspect of it. Outside of that, we do have, for the first time ever, surprisingly, two black quarterbacks featured on both the teams in the Super Bowl, and Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes. So that's always nice to see. And I think
it's Black History Month, right?
It is Black History Month.
Awesome.
So keeps getting better there. And then our last aspect. Oh, yeah, the Kelce Brothers. How could I forget? Not like it's been shoved down my throat for the past 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, I know. I feel like that has been promoted more than the actual fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah, they might as well just not even have a Super Bowl. They should just have they should cancel the game and then just say we're actually doing a Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but it's actually Keeping Up with the Kelces, and then just roll with that for the next season and a half and see how that does.
It's just Travis Kelce rizzing all day. Just
yeah. And then they randomly cut to Jason and he's just doing Walmart choirs with his team and he's just singing Christmas carols for whatever the fuck he does in his spare time. I don't fucking know. But regardless, these are all extra activities outside of the game. For the game itself, I think these teams don't really need to change that much what they've been doing all year. It's not like they're going to completely pull any tricks out of the bag. Well, Sirianni might. He's known for kind of his bag of tricks, but Andy Reid's kind of always been this offensive guru, this mastermind, kind of scheming their way into victories. So I'm gonna expect them to use the same key players they've used all year. That being Travis Kelce, Isaiah Pacheco, and McKinnon out of the backfield. So their bag of tricks and whatnot. But as for the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, been counted out pretty much all year. People still don't respect him as a quarterback. I'm very high on him. I always have been. Great leader, great quarterback, has made all the necessary strides to lead his team to where they are at. And, with the additions that they brought in, such as A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert's played extremely well. Their offensive line playing stout, defense speaks for itself. They just seem to have everything they need to make a run at this Super Bowl. And, I think they're the team to beat going into this game. I don't think they should be the underdogs at all. So if you had to take my opinion, I'm going to take them winning this game. Just give it the money line.
Mr. Tyler Peterson, your thoughts and comments.
I mean, let me just say, Zachary, you got a future in this, my friend. Your voice is, audiobook quality. Your lighting is great.
He has a nice microphone and camera. Okay, don't gas up his skill there.
Yo, this man glazing me right now. This man glazing.
So you guys wanted the Bengals.
Yeah, I wanted the Bengals. Yeah, I wanted the Bengals in this game.
Is that because you guys identify with Joe Burrow more than the other quarterbacks?
No, I think the Bengals got fucked, and I also think it'd have been a more intriguing matchup if it was Bengals Eagles, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't the Bengals almost like fucking kill a guy?
I mean,
mean,
yeah, they
technically.
did. They did, technically.
And you guys were rooting for the. I mean, I
Hey.
get, you know.
Hey, I'm
It
just
was
saying.
a clean hit. It was clean.
It was clean.
It was a clean hit.
I respect it. I respect it.
Yeah.
No hate is what it is.
Oh,
But
yeah, it was a clean hit. Bit of a flop.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But you got wait, so even before even before the like Bengals Chiefs games, you guys still wanted the Bengals?
Yeah, I don't really care for the Bills at all, and I like the Chiefs and I like Andy Reid a lot, but I kind of wanted to see Joe Burrow get there again.
Yeah, I think my whole thing going into it was, you know, the Bengals were never a team that was expected to be in that position that they were in last year, making it to the Super Bowl. A lot of people, they had just come off like, I think like a 4-11, 4-12 season, just not good at all. Somehow, very next year, make it all the way to the Super Bowl, always counted out every game, play extremely close, just end up falling short to a stacked Rams team. So coming into this year, I kind of felt like they were the team to make strides.
Remember, they didn't start off well. They started off pretty shitty.
Yeah, no,
they
they
caught up at the second half of the season.
Yeah, kind of a wake up call kind of deal. But I'm on board with Grayson. The Bills, I always thought they were fraudulent just because I thought Josh Allen kind of hides a lot of the issues that they have on that team, even given he attributes to some of their issues with his turnover issues. But aside from that, I'm only a one dynasty kind of guy. My dynasty fell and died with the Patriots. So there's no way I'm just going to hop bandwagons over to the Chiefs. So there's no way I can just.
Yeah, Zach's one of the biggest Patriot and Tom Brady meat riders you're going to meet, Tyler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wish you were his son?
Yeah.
Fucking smooch
I'd
him?
say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big old smooch for some Tom Brady right there. I'd
All right,
smooch
Tyler,
him to get another year.
what are you thinking about this game? How are we thinking about this game? How are we feeling?
I mean, it's hard to think about the game after Tom Brady posted those sexy pics on Twitter, but personally, I want the Eagles because I want the streets of Philadelphia to go crazy.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Kansas City, nothing exciting is going to happen. After the Eagles won the NFC Championship, I saw a video of a guy standing on a light post with his pants down, soft penis, just fucking wagging it. You can find that on Twitter.
Yeah, that's how happy he was. They won that game.
And I think when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, they climbed the lampposts and they just immediately collapsed.
What they do now is because the Phillies just made the World Series this last year, they grease them up now so people can't climb up them. They get on there,
climb them.
They slide.
They figure it out.
I think they run probably 15 people at once, and then even if you slide down, if you could just get run up the people really quick and get to the top.
Yeah. Some breaking news for us, just because the NFL awards are taking place right now.
Yeah, who's going to the Hall of Fame?
I don't know that yet. I will say this: Justin Jefferson just took home the Offensive Player of the Year. He finished this season with.
Wait, really?
League best 1,800 yards. Yeah. And 8 TDs. Dude was phenomenal this year. He did play extremely well. He did lead the league in receiving yards. I couldn't really think of a second one off the top of my head right now. If I looked through all the stats, I probably could. But I think that's well deserved for him. If you look at the record and what they did this year, the Vikings were good. It's just playoffs are very good at exposing teams. And additional breaking news: Nick Bosa has won the Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, he led the league with 18.5 sacks. So
Have they announced rookie offensive and defensive player of the year?
I don't believe so.
So this is happening right now.
Yes, this is happening live. So everything should be released. So as we go through this pod, more and more will get released to me. Yeah, I'm kind of going to be our Woj for today, or our Adam Schefter. I'm just going to have my phone on standby. Yeah, by the way, Tyler brought up an interesting point about Philly fans going crazy. And that kind of reminded me, we were in Tampa 2 years ago when the Bucks won the Super Bowl, and Tampa people kind of showed out a little bit, maybe a little crazier than I expected us to. Because I remember McDenton's, I was chilling, because we were watching at your house, Grayson, and I just remember going on my phone, and people at Soho were just throwing chairs in a big ass pile.
They fucking tear gas people.
Yeah, they were just
tear gassing Soho.
if you were to
There's
ask
videos.
me,
There's videos of our friends like recording themselves like, holy shit, I'm tear gas, like throwing up and they're like running like they can't see, and they fucking post it on their own story.
dude, that guy's car that got stomped out in the morning,
Yeah.
like imagine. I would be so pissed if I fucking woke up, if I went to bed early like a responsible human. I woke up and like there's just my car is just stomped out. There's footprints everywhere. Your hood smashed. Your windshield's gone. You try to call your insurance, and they're like, "Well, shouldn't have let us win the Super Bowl, bud. Like, figure it out."
I do
Like, what are you
agree.
gonna do?
Like Tyler said, like Philly's a crazy party town, but like, dude, those fans are such assholes. That's the problem. Is Philly is a shithole. Like I
Oh yeah.
love Jalen Hurts. I like Sirianni. I love Jason. I love the team. I just fucking hate Philly. But I
Yeah.
want Jalen Hurts to win a Super Bowl like so bad. I'm gonna give my take real quick because Tyler just refused to give us his.
Hold on. I'll say it real quick. I mean, I want the Eagles to win because Patrick Mahomes is gay, and the Philly fans are fucking white trash alcoholics. I want to see the content after the dub. But I do think the Chiefs will probably win just because they should.
The way I'm looking at it, I think I'm tired of everyone saying like the Eagles aren't shit. They won the NFC and they're in the fucking Super Bowl. They obviously are fucking good. Like it's not their fault they got the 1 seed for having the best record in the year, you know. Also I'm tired of the Jalen Hurts hate. He's a dog. I love him. I liked him when he got fucked over by Nick Saban in Alabama and went to Oklahoma. I also like Patty and Andy Reid a lot too. I like Patty and Andy Reid a lot. We can go on
Yeah, I
that
wouldn't really
rant
say you
another
got
time. We can go on that rant another time, guys. We can go on that rant another time. But
Fucked over. What?
definitely got fucked over.
dude shit in the bed in the national championship.
Yeah. What?
He played one
What?
bad half in fucking 28 games, and then they just benched him.
And then
Everyone has a bad half, dude.
okay, but what happened? They won, right?
Who's playing in the Super Bowl right now? Tua or Jalen Hurts?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up.
I actually came on this podcast to try to break you guys up.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to pit you guys against each other.
Anyways,
I'm with Zach on this one.
Back to this real quick though. I like Patty. I think one thing you guys both forgot to mention too. Both these quarterbacks are coming in this game banged up. Patty's ankle's fucked and Jalen Hurts' shoulder's fucked. So those are definitely factors in the game. I think especially in the second half, as like they start getting beat up and the pressure starts coming. Both of these defenses are underrated in my opinion. They're extremely physical and they're very good at reading the offenses. With the similarity and style of the quarterbacks, I think that'll also help the defenses be a little more prepared, because they're both got mobile quarterbacks. Yes, Jalen Hurts is better at certain things than Patty and vice versa, but for the most extent, they're both very mobile quarterbacks. I think it's going to be a really close game. And I really, really, really want the Eagles to win, but I think the veteranism of Patty and this Chiefs team is what's going to be the difference. This isn't their first rodeo. They're going to be comfortable here. They know what they're doing, and I think they're going to pull it away in the second half. And I think their depth of good players is better. I don't think the Eagles are bad. I think we're seeing a dynasty in the Chiefs that's been working for a while, and then we're seeing the beginning of a dynasty started in Philly. So they're just not there yet.
Yeah. You bring up the topic of both quarterbacks being injured. I say to like even the playing field, you just let both teams take a perk and then just like let them sort it out.
And just let them be gremlins.
Yeah, just like you call it the perk bowl, like you just see, and like I'm gonna be honest, if I had to put my money on what team plays better off a perk, I'd say Philly is like more.
Philly would win. Philly would win.
Yeah, Philly's got more perk ability, if I'd say. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Well, Jalen Hurts only has he has the shoulder injury, and nobody really knows like how he's really feeling at this point. But they say Patrick Mahomes has an ankle injury, but late in the game when that injury should be at like its most aggravated, he makes a first down scramble. So I don't think Patrick Mahomes' injury really, really fucking matters for this game.
They're probably just fucking shoving perks down his mouth and cortisone in that bitch.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
No, but like not even jokingly, like actually though.
Dude,
like they're definitely giving him some fucking meds and shoving a needle in it, and they're like, it'll hurt a lot more tomorrow, but you can play today.
Yeah. No, they were like saying how bad his ankle injury was, yet he sprinted 18 miles an hour with like supposedly one of the worst sprained ankles. Just took off like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, that's all sus to me. Now maybe it could just be whatever drugs Roger Goodell just made the call and he was like, all right, we're no longer testing for these substances. You better put him right now because if he's not playing, we're fucked. Because save the views. I respect it. Gotta save your product, do whatever you can. But at the same time, like I hate people that sit there and be like, oh my God, like he's played through such an insane injury. Like it's crazy. Like we've seen countless players play through injury. Like it happens all the time.
The worst is like what we talked about last pod is when people were trying to say like treat Patty's injury, like, oh my God, he's so strong to play through. Like he's this guy, he's that guy, and then fucking Brock Purdy tears his UCL, and they're like, he's such a pussy, he's not playing. Like that's so much worse. He literally can't use half of his arm.
Yeah.
Like what do you want him to do? And they're like, oh, Patty's so strong and blah blah, but Brock's a pussy. Like what the fuck?
Offensive Rookie of the Year just got announced.
And
Garrett Wilson for the New York Jets. That one kind of caught me off guard. Was not ready for that.
I was thinking more Olave vibes.
Yeah.
Oh no, or Isaiah Pacheco.
No, I was gonna say Kenneth Walker.
Yes,
but he didn't play enough. But he didn't really play enough. So he may not have had the volume stats, but I think he was the best.
Dude, are the Jets gonna get the offensive and defensive Rookie of the Year?
Holy shit! If they do, damn.
Damn.
Jets got a bright future ahead of him. Not gonna lie.
Sauce Gardner's also certified him, by the way. That kid's fucking gross.
Yeah, easily. Yeah.
What do you guys think the Jets do about their little quarterback situation over there?
I mean, so our first ever podcast we did, Tyler, was on the quarterback class, in which was Zach Wilson's, like right before the draft. That was our first ever pod we did. And on that pod, I said that I don't think Zach Wilson's that good. I think he exposed shitty teams during COVID, and he wasn't even the team captain on his own team. Like if you're not even the best player on your own team, and I think it's showing. Like he played fucking no one at BYU, no one.
Mm-hmm.
And I just never was big on him. I never thought he was that good. I think he's got a dog in him for fucking MILFs, but I don't think
he's over there at MILF Manor.
Well, I don't think he's that good at football.
Yeah. I think that should have made us more wary of his playing ability because there's no way God can bless you with the ability to fuck MILFs and be a good quarterback.
No, you gotta pick
one or the other. One or the other, dog. And God gave him a trial. God was like, I'm presenting you. You either go to this practice and it's gonna change your life, or you're gonna fuck this MILF.
You think
you're never gonna start another game again.
How mad you think BYU hit him up when they found that out, and they're like, "Yo, you weren't like having premarital sex, right? Like those are just rumors, right? Like they didn't even give a fuck that it was his mom's friend. They only cared that like he wasn't actually having sex.
No. They definitely were just like 6 mission trips. You have to adopt at least
8 Hail Marys.
8 Hail Marys. You have to adopt at least 3 children, and then we can consider putting your name back up on the wall of Mormons. Maybe. And then he was like,
Wait, is Zach Wilson Mormon?
Yeah, he went to BYU, bro.
Yeah, but you can just go there for football.
I'm pretty sure
Is he actually Mormon?
He's from Utah and everything.
Yeah, I think
I'm pretty sure he's Mormon.
Yeah, pretty sure he's like.
Damn, dude. The only thing worse than fucking your mom's best friend is being a fucking hypocrite.
Yeah. Facts.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was never that big on him though. But yeah, Tyler, let's bounce back off that question. What do we think the Jets are gonna do? You can't rock with Wilson. It's you guys. We know that's not the case. Do you think there's anyone in this draft class that's worth going after, or do you think you wait a little?
Well, I know Aaron Rodgers said that I'm pretty sure inside sources say he's going to play for the Raiders or he's going to retire. Is what I saw.
He's got to go on his 4-day ayahuasca trip first, and then he'll know.
Whoa,
4 weeks. No, I think
it's 4 weeks.
No, I'm just fucking around. I don't know the actual thing.
It's 4 days. I think it's 4 days.
I think he's just doing a 4-day like complete darkness and silence retreat. Yeah, he's a fucking weirdo.
No food, just water.
Really?
Yeah, I mean that's what Yuri Bozak. Do you follow MMA at all?
No.
He's this like what is he, Zach? What's his ethnicity? It's like not Russia, but it's like basically fucking Russia, like one of those countries.
I thought he was like Serb. I thought he was Serb.
Yeah, Serbian.
Ukrainian?
No.
Nah, he's
no.
a Serb. I think he's a Serb.
But after he won the UFC like heavyweight title, instead of like partying and celebrating, he locked himself in a pitch black room and just sat in it for 3 days and only drank water and nothing else. That's how he celebrated
And
becoming
what-
world champion.
Yeah.
And what did he
He's-
gain from it?
I
don't
guess
know,
the
maybe
next step
spirits.
and
Yeah, I
towards
guess
enlightenment.
it's like a spiritual thing, isn't it?
Yeah, he's like big on
That's
like
what
the
Aaron
Bushido
Rodgers is
code,
doing
like being a
next
samurai.
week.
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers
he
is doing a 4-day like cleanse.
yeah, he's like big on like obtaining like spiritual enlightenment. Like when he became a world champion, like part of his journey was like obtaining like a true like I forget it's like a
He's
Nietzsche
very like
rune,
samurai vibes.
sword.
Yeah, he's not like an MMA brawler. He's like a very like traditional martial artist, like samurai. Like he goes out in the woods and does like the screaming holds and shit. Like he's very like traditional.
yeah.
So like he wants to like have full control of his like mind, body, and spirit. He's like one of
Yeah.
those guys.
So do
more
I.
breaking. Yes, I would like that. More breaking news. I'll say this first. I'm attaining spiritual enlightenment by just not jerking off. So we're just gonna obtain that by like we're just gonna see how long that lasts. But
Oh, nice. How long?
starting today, we're not.
All right. All right.
Yeah. But the breaking news is Sauce Gardner does win defensive rookie of the
They
year.
got the Jets got offensive and
Damn.
defensive rookie of the year. That's crazy.
Yes. So
Yeah, they had a
Can
great
someone
draft.
answer the fucking question, Tyler? Answer the question. What is
What was the question?
the Jets
don't even-
quarterback situation?
What pick do they have in the draft?
I don't know. Let's check.
They don't have top 10, right?
No, I don't think so. I'm
Because
looking it up.
what did they go 9 and 8 or something?
Yeah, they didn't do good enough to go to the playoffs, but they did too good to get a good draft pick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's like-
trash.
typical.
Okay, the Jets are 13.
13. Maybe Anthony Richardson will be
Get
around
the
there.
fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Maybe he'll be around.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. That guy is you can't
he's not
draft
good.
Zach Wilson and then be like, oh, Anthony Richardson's the answer now.
But I mean that is the most Jets move. I mean, if we're being
Yeah,
honest.
yeah, I know you're not wrong.
Tyler's not far off because like they're gonna fall for the same shit. They're gonna see his pro day. They're gonna be like, holy shit, this guy runs and slings it. And they're gonna be like, holy shit. They're like, we found Zach Wilson, but better. And they're like,
How
how?
does nobody know about this guy?
Yeah.
He's 6'5", 230 pounds.
Yeah. So, like, he runs extremely fast. And they're like, holy fuck, what are you doing? Like, what
Yeah,
are you doing?
That is true. Yeah. I kind of want. I mean, you got Carr's going to be on the market. Jimmy G's going to be on the market. I don't think this quarterback class has like a must grab guy.
Apparently, Will Levis.
Yeah,
Apparently,
I think the only guy. I mean, CJ Stroud needs to prove himself to me still, but I think Bryce Young's underrated. I wouldn't be mad if they took Bryce Young. I think they should just try to get a 1-year deal guy like a Jimmy G maybe, and or maybe a 2-year deal Jimmy G, Derek Carr kind of guy, and then try to get a guy in next year's quarterback draft. Because you have Jordan.
Yeah, I
Travis,
don't think
you'll have that kid from UNC. You have Caleb Young. You have Bo Nix. I think it's a little deeper of a quarterback class.
I don't think. Oh, sorry.
no, you're good. I'm
That's it.
still lost in thought a little bit.
I was just gonna say I don't think Bryce Young's gonna fall out of top 3, fall to the Jets.
No. I know. I don't either. That's what I'm saying. If he's there, I wouldn't be mad if I took him. But I think you don't go quarterback in the draft. I think you build around a quarterback. Like I said, get like a little veteran guy that's not like great, but you can get him for a decent price for 2 years. Get him a year. His second year, you have your rookie sit under him, and then you fucking tell him to kick rocks, and you play your new guy.
I'd agree with that.
Like that, I think that'd be good. Also crazy. I wanted to just get back on the Kelce story. You know, both of them were walk-ons at Cincinnati.
They both played at Cincinnati.
They both played. So Jason Kelce, here's the story. Jason Kelce went to he went to Cincinnati as a walk-on running back. Then he gained 100 and something pounds, and they put him on the O-line. And then his brother came 2 years later as a walk-on. Both earned scholarships, and something happened where Travis like got kicked off the team his sophomore year for smoking, and like Jason like vouched for him, and they gave him another chance, and like he like stuck to it, and now they're both playing in the fucking Super Bowl against each other.
Yeah, by vouch they mean you're either going to lose your 2 best players and suck, or you look away over a little Mary J, and we're all going to go be happy again. And they were like, okay.
Yeah, you kind of
That's
just spit
right.
right there.
Yeah, I do indeed spit bars.
Yeah, so I think that's just a cool story. I believe mom and dad are wearing a Jason and Travis Cincinnati jersey at the Super Bowl. They will not be wearing Eagles nor Chiefs.
But what number's going to be featured?
I think one's wearing a Jason's jersey and one's wearing Travis's jersey.
See, whatever one the mom's wearing is more important. Personally, I'm more of a mama's boy myself.
I like that the Cincinnati.
So is sorry.
No, say your words.
I
was gonna say so is Zach Wilson.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, he is.
Indeed.
Zach Watts and Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Mama's boys.
What's it called? Yeah, another thing we were talking about before this pod started. Fucking Jackson Mahomes, dude. Him and Patty's wife, they kept the clamps on him this year. They kept the clamps on him. Yeah, I didn't hear anything about. And now recently, the lights been coming back on. I think season's starting to end, so they're like slowly pulling them out of the cave. But I haven't heard anything, and I feel like last year was every week there was a new thing with one of those two.
Yeah, definitely. Now, the way I think about it is like, I don't know if Patrick approached them because Patrick seems like a very non-confrontational guy.
Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, Kermit over there doesn't seem like I'm gonna beat my wife. Like he just doesn't seem like he'd say that. But
Dana White though.
Yeah, Dana White or like an agent definitely like closed the door after Patty left for practice, and they were like, "We're gonna have a 10-minute talk," and they're like, "This is what's gonna happen." They're like, "We're gonna let you go ape shit in the off season, but you have to shut the fuck up for like 6 months
for the 18 weeks of regular season."
Yeah, for the 18 weeks of regular season, they're like, "We better not hear a fucking peep, a word." They're like, "Don't dance on Sean Taylor's memorial."
Yeah, holy shit, that was so bad.
Don't stop screaming.
My guy's renegading on fucking Sean Taylor's retired. No, oh my god.
Like
also, how about when they do the Sean Taylor statue? And it's just a fucking
what the fuck was
mannequin.
That? What the fuck was that?
It's just a mannequin with a Sean Taylor jersey on.
No. They could have at least done a mannequin. They just put steel bars between like different padding, and then they were like, "Yeah," and people were just like in shock, like, "What the fuck is
so disrespectful?"
That's just like that's so like Washington Commanders though. Like,
dude, that might be one of the worst ran organizations in the NFL.
Oh yeah, Dan Snyder by far.
Dan Snyder.
Yeah. By the way, Snyder, bottom 5 name all time.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Snyder doesn't usually do well for people, that kind of name.
No, like
who's the Nickelodeon Snyder?
Dan Snyder. His name's Dan Snyder, bro. He fucked iCarly and shit.
They're both Dan Snyder.
Damn.
Yeah,
I guess there's both like
Dan
law.
Schneider.
Oh, wow.
That's gotta be like,
wow. If your last name is Schneider, do not name your kid Dan. There's a heads up right there.
Yeah. I'm gonna say the worst you could do is name him Keith, because that's like a double whammy.
Yo,
like
Keith Lee's the boy though. You need to chill with that.
Okay, Keith Lee, but we're talking about Schneider. But like Keith is
Schneider?
like a not. Yeah. And
Keith Schneider, I don't like that either.
We're talking about non-intimidating names. Schneider is definitely number 1, but Keith is like in there. Like
now, I like the Schneider like pretzel snacks though.
Yeah, but that's all you are. You're just a fucking pretzel. You're like heated dough.
Like, yo, my guy really out here trying pretzels right now.
I mean, hey, Buffalo pretzels are gas.
Yeah, no, they're gas. You can only eat so many at a time though.
You're a bitch.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I don't play video games till 6 in the morning while sweating but fucking naked in front of my TV.
Is that supposed to be me? Because I definitely don't do that.
What?
Go on. I was gonna say it was very hyper specific and not targeted towards me. That sounds like something a Snyder would do. Some very Snyder-esque behavior right there.
Yo, let's rewind a little bit to last week. What do you guys think about the new Pro Bowl? What are our thoughts on the new transition?
I was fucking shit. Did you watch all of it?
I didn't watch a fucking second of it.
I don't watch that shit.
Yeah,
I watched it all. I was so fucking high. I was laughing my ass off, dude.
Yeah.
All right, let me run this down for you. They had long snapper, punter, kicker, tic-tac-toe. They had this giant board. with like a tic-tac-toe board, and basically the long snapper from the NFC would go, then the long snapper from the AFC would go,
And then
and
they
then the
snap it
punter,
like where it was supposed to go.
yeah, like tic-tac-toe on a giant board. Then the punters go and the kickers go. None of the punters or the kickers hit the board ever. So the long snapper from the AFC just hit it 3 times in a row. So Coliseum full of people basically just watching this long snapper just fucking launch it at a wall. And
How
everyone's
good
like,
was he though?
"Yeah."
Was it like kind of nasty?
No, it was from like 10 yards away. What else happened?
I saw
They had the
dodgeball.
fucking dodgeball's always good. They've had dodgeball for a while. They had a game where they were just tossing balloons back and forth, like a couple of fucking like at a church camp fucking team building activity.
That was the only
They were
event I
literally
tuned in for. I turned my TV on. I saw them doing the water balloon toss, and I was like, I don't think I need to see this anymore. I was like,
I saw clips of like the lineman drill where they had like a tug of war-esque kind of thing, or like they had to like move the weights off of the thing. You know what I'm talking about?
that was also terrible
Yeah, it didn't look that intriguing. Like I'd be mad if I paid to go watch that.
because the wall was 2,000 pounds, and then they had 5,000 pounds of weights on it. And so basically you just had to take off all the weights, and they're on a bar, so it's not heavy. You're just fucking sliding weights off.
Yeah.
And then they just pull the wall. The AFC pulled off all the weights. That was their strategy, to like pull off all the weights before they started pulling the wall. The NFC guys, fucking rocks for brains, were trying to pull the wall with just 2 guys. It's fucking 10,000 pounds. So they lost. They didn't even move the wall.
Yeah, they didn't do too well.
And then they tried to do something to like match up with the dunk contest.
Yeah,
But
I
they'd
heard
use,
that
like,
was
a
supposed to be lit.
trampoline.
How was that? Like the catch
catch
It was
contest?
fucking. It was terrible.
I
They
did
jumped
like,
off a
I did
gymnastics
like
trampoline.
No way.
Yeah. And
I did
Stephon
like-
Diggs. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, finish
No,
your
no, no,
words.
no. I was gonna say Stephon Diggs fucking he did his jump off the trampoline, but like he didn't go like horizontal or anything. He just like jumped through the smoke standing straight up. And the smoke got in his eyes so he couldn't see, so everyone's just launching footballs at him. And he's like, it was fucking terrible.
I like the quarterback challenge though. I always think that's fun. We have to like throw certain things to get points. That's always a cool one.
Mm. Those are always good.
How was the flag football game itself?
Personally, I like
How do
it.
linemen play in that?
they don't.
They don't really. They just get in the way.
Yeah, lame.
But I mean, they had like the running backs, like in regular flag football, the center sort of plays the like running back role because you can just fucking pitch it to them if you want. But they also had a running back and a center. So, I mean, honestly, I think they should just take the O-line out of it, make the running backs like snap, and just fucking make something for the O-line, D-line guys to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Honestly, what I would have done to improve it, when you go as a high schooler, when you go to camps to go to get recruited, they have a lot of like drills set up to like kind of showcase your best abilities. I don't know why they don't do like what they do for the Reese's Senior Bowl, where they have the best O linemen take on the best DNs and like one-on-one drills.
It's because these guys don't, dude. It's because these guys don't want to get hit anymore. Like their season's over. They're done. Their bodies are beat, and like that's the whole reason why they stopped doing the padded game in the first place. These guys don't want to do any more hitting and stuff. Like their bodies are beat.
That's why I think it should be incentivized. Like the Pro Bowl, there should always be some sort of incentive.
I mean, I understand your point 100%. I think it'd be fun to watch like one-on-ones and like Oklahoma drills and stuff. But I also understand the fact that the Senior Bowl is like 20 to 24-year-olds, and this is like 28 to 35-year-olds. It's like
so just
18 weeks of football. 18 weeks of football is a lot on their bodies.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But yet if you told them to play in the Super Bowl versus a Pro Bowl, like they could probably do it. They're getting paid enough. They could
Zach, no shit. Wouldn't you too, bro?
Yeah, obviously, but I'm just saying,
that was dumb.
No, because look at this. You look at the MLB. You win All-Star Game MVP. You win a fucking car, and they give you some money, and they give you
contact. I can go swing my bat 3 times and then play every day of the fucking week. I can't go and
a pitcher's still getting taxed.
He's throwing
His arm's
what?
still getting
He's
taxed.
throwing 3 batters. He's throwing 3 batters, maybe 4.
You're acting like that's not taxing on your
Bro,
arm. Like,
dude, it's the physicalness, Zach. It's the physicalness.
bro, they can handle little one-on-one drills. It's practice. It's
fuck
you do
outta
it. You
here.
do it in practice
Tyler, chime
every
in.
week.
Chime in.
What are we talking about here? No, I think I mean they're not going to allow contact. I mean, one of the best things from the Pro Bowl was they had Brian Burns and Myles Garrett do like an obstacle course. That was sick, but Myles Garrett dislocated his toe. Guarantee we'll never see that obstacle course segment again.
Yeah. God forbid they have some fun and get a little hurt once in a while. You know.
God, you sound like a fucking grandpa from Vietnam right now, bro. Like back in my day, we didn't even play with pads. Get the fuck out of here.
We didn't need them. We didn't need them.
Bro. A grandpa from Vietnam sounds like.
Yeah, but regardless, even if you don't want to do contact, you can tell me you can do one-on-one with receivers and DBs. That's not contact.
Yeah, you could do that. You could do that without pads.
Yeah. They did do one-on-one. That was basically the flag football game.
Nah, but like real ones.
Real
like
ones.
5-second rounds.
Some real shit right there. Quarterback, they had the skills competition where they like threw it at targets where somehow Tyler Huntley won that shit. So
I think it's funny. No one's really talking about how Derek Carr's last football game as a Raider on the Raiders field was a flag football game and he fucking choked.
A lot of people are talking about that.
That's a pretty good ending.
Yeah. What about Tyler Huntley starting 2 games and making the fucking Pro Bowl?
He did well in the quarterback challenge. He's good at hitting those targets.
Dude, he got in over Tua.
Yeah.
Well, Tua is like, isn't he like in a wheelchair or something?
Yeah, but still, he should have gotten the vote.
Yeah.
I'm so against fan voting only, and like it's not saying fans shouldn't have a voice, but like fans should be involved in order to pick like backup players and like alternatives, like Pro Bowl festivities. But like the issue is we get down towards the end of players' career and they start attributing like Pro Bowls towards accolades. You can't do that if it's fan voted because they just treat it like a fucking joke. Like there's so many.
It's a popularity contest more than a skills contest.
You got a point there.
Exactly. Like if Tyler Huntley retires and we're like, let's say he ends up having a decent to good like career and he somehow people bring up like his Pro Bowl like statistics along with like, oh, he's like like when they talk about Tom Brady, they're like, oh, he's like a 14-time Pro Bowler. I'm like, dude, there were some years he didn't even.
I got you. Are the D'Amelio twins 18 yet?
Nice. Way to start.
Are we recording? Are we back recording?
Yeah.
That might be a top 5 return to the pod moment of all time. That's going in the blooper reel.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That is easily a blooper reel.
No, but how old are they? Actually. You guys don't know off the top of your head? Just checking.
No, let's get back to some NFL football.
My bad.
What we talked about? We talked about the Pro Bowl. I don't remember.
Accolades.
Is there anything else we need to hit on the head?
I did hear that Roger Goodell just threw Russell Wilson under the bus. This is outside of his charity shit, but he threw him under the bus saying, Russell Wilson was the one to give me the idea of flag football for the Pro Bowl. And then everyone just immediately started shitting on him.
Also he tried to say that officiating is the best it's ever been.
Yeah, like how can you be so like unaware of what your fans perceive of your product that you have the balls to go out and say that shit? Like, do you enjoy? I think he gets off on getting booed during the draft night. Like when he goes out there and they like boo him, I think he's just like, oh yeah, he's like,
oh, I went to the draft last year. I booed the fuck out of him.
Yeah, I think he gets off on it. So I think you should like.
Well, he likes it. He smiles. He's like, oh, yeah, boo me. That's his adrenochrome right there, bro.
Yeah, I think you should like do a little mind fuckery, and you should like give him one little cheer. You're like, I love you, Goodell. And then
no. What if 1 year he came out and everyone just starts like clapping and going like happy? He just starts crying.
Yeah, no, it's dead silent, and just one person like slow.
Nah, he withers away like Thanos snap. He just fucking vanishes.
Just dies like on the field. They're like, fuck. Who takes his place?
Yo, actually, speaking of the draft, who would you guys say, from your knowledge, are your in any order your top three most pro ready guys entering the draft?
Will
Hmm.
Anderson,
Yeah, I think Will
number one,
Anderson's my number one as
easy.
well, easily.
Um, fuck, who's that Georgia D line linebacker or
Jalen
lineman?
Carter.
Jalen Carter.
Yeah, Jalen Carter. Oh, dude, he's a dog. He's a fucking beast. He's my number two. And number three, I'm gonna say Bijan Robinson. I think he's just
I
the
like
most
that.
like put together. I think he's just the most put together running back. He's got a complete skill set. And when I say pro ready, I just feel like you're not going to improve any more from playing in college. Like you're not going to get anything more out of the college experience. And running backs only have a certain shelf life, so I definitely like to see him put some numbers up early in the league. I don't know where he'd go per se. I don't know teams that are in any immediate need of running back help off the top of my head, but yeah, I definitely would like to see him on the
I
team.
like the three that you named. I'm gonna name my three. I'm just gonna do a different three than you had just to have it. I'm gonna go with Notre Dame tight end Michael Mayer. I think tight end wise,
That's solid.
he's extremely physical. He has all the tools. He can block. He can run with the ball. He can catch. Like he has the basic necessities to be a great tight end. He kind of carried their offense this year. I'm also gonna go with Jamie Robinson, the safety from Florida State. I think he
Mm.
showed himself in the Senior Bowl, and he showed himself that he's one of the best safeties in this draft overall. And my number three,
Elijah Higgins.
Elijah Higgins, touchdown.
Yeah.
My number three, I'm probably give me honestly, I'm gonna get some hate for this. Give me Miles Hyatt, wide receiver out of Tennessee. I think all this
Mm.
Marvin Smith Jr. stuff is get that's
Jalen Hyatt. Jalen Hyatt.
Jalen Hyatt, excuse me. Who's the Ohio State kid that they're talking about over him?
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah,
He
I think he's good, but I think you guys don't understand how like fucking high powered offense Tennessee's offense was this year.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is a freshman. He still has to play
No,
another year
who's
of
the other
college.
one? There's another Ohio State receiver coming out.
Jackson Smith and
Yeah,
Jigbo.
Njigba. Yeah, I think that he's very good, but I think Miles Hyatt was such a extremely used part in that high powered offense of Tennessee that it made guys like Hendon Hooker and it made Josh Heupel, it made them look better as a coach and player than they were just because of how he was able to be such a home run impact in every game, not just one game, all of them.
Yeah. I'll let Tyler go after this real quick, but the only reason I don't view Jalen Hyatt as high as I view other receivers is when I look over what he did for Tennessee. He's an outstanding player. I'm not taking anything away from him. I think he'd be a great value in addition to any team too. But the way I view him is I think his speed is very good for the level he plays at the collegiate level. I think it just when it transfers to the pro level, I think guys are just a little bit faster and can kind of play more evenly with him. But when I look at players like Jackson Smith and Jigba, or even another Ohio State receiver in Buka, guys like that. Also, Quentin Johnson. Quentin Johnson's another guy
Is
that
the
people are
TCU
high on
kid?
now. Yeah, but
Yeah,
even
he's
Steve Smith
good.
Jr., he's like when you watch his film though, he goes, he has half his plays, or you're like, oh my god, like this guy's a first round all pro player, like you want to draft him right away, and the other 50% is like this guy can't even do the basics correctly, so I don't want him on my team. So, I mean, a lot of guys are just kind of hit or miss. Hyatt, he does the fundamentals right, but his route tree doesn't like blow me away. Like he's not very quick transitions in his breaks. He's got outstanding breakaway speed. So as a deep threat, he'd be great for guys like with cannon arms, which is the league is kind of translating to. Like if he went to the Bills, I think he'd be outstanding number 2 or number 3 alongside Stephon Diggs. But
I feel like
I
wide
definitely think there are other
receiver is
receivers
just
that
so
translate better.
hard, dude, because like you can have it all and it's not always dependent on you. You can have a shitty quarterback, you can have a shitty offensive line, you can have a shitty offensive coordinator, shitty schemes. Like I feel like it's so hard to be a wide receiver and succeed because it's not like you don't fully control your destiny. Where like a quarterback and running back, you kind of do a little more.
Yeah, that's what kind of blows my mind is like Steve Smith was the only guy to say that Cooper Kupp was the best
Yeah,
guy in his draft
right.
class. And that's
Yeah.
like that blows my mind because like watching him, like nothing like really blew me away. Is I'm just like, yeah, this guy like just does the
He was a
fundamentals.
possession receiver in college.
Yeah, but like nothing he does really like blows you away. But like you look at guys like CeeDee Lamb and Jerry Judy, like they were so clear ahead of the rest of the receivers in their draft class. Like, they
Yeah.
were unbelievable. But
Yeah,
regardless
Tyler.
of
Let's hear
yeah.
Tyler's top 3 guys pro ready going into the draft.
Well, you guys already said like Jalen Carter and Will Anderson. Those guys are pretty obvious. They're probably the top 2 guys, I'd say, for my picks. But just to name guys that you haven't said, I'm probably gonna go Kelly Ringo from Georgia, cornerback.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a defensive lineman, so I'll say Miles Murphy from Clemson. Mm-hmm. And I'll say Peter Skoronski, Northwestern offensive tackle.
Yeah, that kid's gross. I
Mm.
forgot about that kid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a big boy.
huge. He's huge, and his feet move very fast.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had like a way to judge offensive linemen more accordingly, because like for me, like I've never been a big guy at any point in my life, so I've never been able to
I
pay
don't
the
know, dude.
respect
I
it
did
gets.
it. I did it last year for Booger. I did like a breakdown for the top offensive tackles. It's not that hard if you find their film. You don't watch the game. You find like the game film that's designated for them. It's a lot easier than you think it is. When you watch it as a game overall, it's a lot harder to see what they're doing. But when you watch like the Northwestern's film, they'll focus on him, and it's way
Yeah.
easier to see how he's doing play by play.
Yeah, it probably is, because what pisses me off is like really the only way you can watch film these days, and I think the NFL would gain so much more out of this, but the only way you can watch film from all angles through the NFL is you have to be a subscriber to I think it's like all NFL or like NFL something. It's like all NFL something, but it's a $75 subscription. Like it's
Get
not
the
cheap.
fuck out of here.
Yeah, like it's not cheap, but like then again, like if you're a diehard fan, like that's the shit you want. Like you want to be able to break down film. You want to take that next step. Like that's what you kind of need. So, I feel like it's a little unfair to the average fan, as I view myself. So, because like I would like the chance to sit down and actually break down film from time to time, but I got to take what's given to me or what's available, and I don't really have that easily accessible. So that sucks. But for these other players, it's kind of like easy to tell. Like you could just see, like, yeah, like I passed the eye test. Like I don't really have to do much more outside of that.
I
So
also think offensive linemen are so underappreciated, dude.
always,
Especially when you're in like middle school and high school, those kids are grinding, and people only care about like the flashy wide receivers and DBs and running backs. Like, let's give some love to our fucking O linemen, bro. Those are
yeah,
some dogs. They get the most injuries and shit, and like they don't fucking complain, and
they
they just
eat the
be
most
eating
calories.
calories. Yeah,
They just
Mhm.
be housing
yeah.
all day.
Shout
Fuck.
out the linemen, bro. Shout out the
Yeah.
linemen. I love my
Shout
linemen.
out calories, bro. Shout out calories. Big facts.
But yeah,
But
that's
yeah.
everything I have in regards of football and Super Bowl wise, personally. Um, anything you guys want to add? Sprinkle on top, real quick.
I was just gonna say O linemen definitely are probably the best lovers, but one of the storylines at the Super Bowl is that Kansas City Chiefs 7th most, I think, in pressures, and we have a pretty sure it's a historically, I think the Eagles defense has the 3rd most sacks in NFL history. I
Hmm.
think this season. I think at like 78 or so.
Damn.
So I mean that might be the deciding factor of the game, considering Mahomes isn't going to be too mobile. So
I agree.
Yeah, watch it. We say this now, and then pregame warmups, he's been doing backflips.
Yeah.
he'll probably be fine. They say
Yeah.
he's fine.
Yeah. I would like, right before we leave, I would like to know, Tyler, is there any way we can find any of your content, check you out? When's the next time you're performing? If you know, if or at all, we'd love to give you a watch or shout out.
Yeah. You can find me on Instagram at Typete, Typete comedy on Instagram.
Yeah.
I haven't been doing comedy recently because I'm quite poor at the moment, looking for a new job.
Same here, brother.
But yeah. But trying to move to New York City this summer. Hopefully that'll happen. If not, probably Chicago, somewhere around there. I have a podcast called The Alpha Regiment that we just started with my friend Brady.
Not for the faint of heart.
Just improvised comedy. Don't listen if you're like homophobic or anything, because we say a lot of like gay stuff.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
We're allies
Yeah,
for the LGBTQ community. So
facts. All right,
Yeah,
Grayson.
that's it.
Anything?
Episode 73, Super Bowl. What Super Bowl is this?
57.
57.
Yeah.
Go Birds.
That's the age of the MILF Zach Wilson fucked.